Well, it's got the cover off. She hasn't been started for a few months, so let's see if she'll start. So, it appears that we're back in a working position anyway, and typical, it's just started raining. Just decided to do a job and it started raining. So let's see where we can go with this. I've introduced you to Boris, by the way. This is a little tow bar cover, and I call him Boris. Bonkers Boris. Right, there we go. So anyway, the main point of today's work is that I've put a different set of alloys on my van because I like the look of them, basically, the Audis. But there was a problem with the front wheels failing the disc calipers, so I put spacers on the front and longer extended wheel bolts. I'm going to do the same on the back too, so the track's the same. So I'm going to be knocking the old wheel studs out of the back hubs and putting in what I hope are longer wheel studs. I hope I've got the right studs. I'll just show you what I've got. A new set of what I hope are going to be longer wheel studs, and these are from M14 1.5 50mm. I think the standard ones are 45mm, fingers crossed, from SJ Baxter, good supplier. And then I've got they're going on it. Nice set of nicely machined wheel spacers, beauties. So they'll fit on there then. And then the next job, I think it should be just about ready to go down for its MOT. Now, I've had this van over here about 9 months now. I haven't used it, it's not been used, not been on the road. It was brought over on a transporter from my old place in France, and then it was just left in the garden here. Never been used on the road here, unfortunately. And now I'm starting to go to the classic car shows and the old vehicle shows and that again, so I'm getting a bit of inspiration into taking part, really. So I'm going to got a few ideas what to do with it. I don't need it as a camper anymore, but I want to keep it so that I could probably stay overnight in it if I wanted to. But I really primarily wanted it back as a van, so I could use it for hauling stuff around, the bikes, stuff to the tip, whatever, you know. You know how it goes. So yeah, here's the alloys that I've got on there. They're off an Audi originally. I think they look rather spiffing on there. But one idea was that I was going to jack it up a bit more, raise up the height, and have it a kind of synchro style, and get some Mefro wheels, the 16-inch synchro wheels, and some gnarly tyres on it. I've got some olive green paint. I was going to paint it up with that, and yeah, just I can militarise it a bit or something like that, just to make it a little bit different, really, with a bit of fun. It's basically a spare vehicle now. As you can probably see in the background, I've got a later model Transit custom van now, which I've converted into a sort of a camper. So this old girl, it's got a bit small for us, really. So yeah, that's the plan. But first of all, I've got to get these back wheel sorted out with the spacers and the extended studs. I mean, it could be a bit of a biatch, or it could just go nice and easy. Time will tell. Need me locking wheel nut thing. Well, that didn't go to plan. Dag nabbit. As well as pouring down with rain now. I can't find my locking wheel nut key. So, you know when you put something in a specific place and you know it's going to be there, and you go straight to that place and it's not there, and then you panic a bit because you think, oh, what did I do with it? So you start looking here, there and everywhere, and well, it's like 15 minutes later and I can't find it. Oh dear. So the next part of this video might actually be about how to remove a locking wheel nut without the wheel nut key. Anyway, these things are sent to trials. But just mention a couple of other jobs I wanted to do was the control arm bushes, or tie bar bushes, and I've got a couple of what do you call them, track rod ends, steering joints, which are their rubber covers have got perished, so I'm going to replace those. And also I replaced the oil pressure switch, which was leaking, and with another switch, and then the oil pressure light stayed on forever. So obviously I'd somehow managed to pick up the wrong pressure switch, so I've got a different pressure switch to hopefully solve that problem. So that's another couple of jobs that need doing. But hey ho, all fun and games, all part of the enjoyment of owning a what is it now? It's pretty old, 30 some odd years old vehicle. Anyway, my maths isn't brilliant, as you could tell. Yeah, so as I mentioned, used to live in France, and this old girl's been all over. In fact, she's been to Spain as well. A few of the trophies there, you can see she's been all around Brittany more than once. Right down towards Spain on the Medoc, on the Atlantic coast. We used to live in the Charente-Maritime, so she's been all around there. This is all in the Bordeaux area. Hawaii? No, just kidding, not Hawaii. But yeah, she's a well-travelled machine, and in fact, I just noticed they've got the Poitou-Charentes, which is the region that we used to live in, which was about 2.5–3 hours drive from the Spanish border, which was nice. Oh look, a great big spider's just dropped down right next to me. Hello, hello. No, he doesn't like being filmed, so he's on his way back up again. So, half an hour later, with the aid of a big hammer, a cold chisel, a big pair of grips, and finally some mole grips, I managed to get the offending locking wheel nut off. Well, it's not offending, I'm the offender, because I didn't bloody, or should I say I lost the bloody key. Anyway, that's that. The other problem I've found now, I've knocked one of the wheel studs out. This one, which was, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but the thread started to go on it. That was the worst one of them. But unfortunately, as you can see, they haven't really gained very much, maybe 2 or 3 millimeters. So hey ho. So anyway, I'll get this one back in now, and yeah, I'll take you down and have a look at the, yeah, so getting the studs out is quite easy. It's just a case of giving these a bloody good smack with a decent hammer, and the awkward bit is around the back, getting them out. But there's a little aperture there which allows you to move, gives you a bit of room to get your fingers, or I got some long nose pliers in there and managed to get a grip of the little bugger and got him out. So yeah, I should be putting the next one in now, and I'll call it a day because it's raining heavily again.